You know, in the movies, when the SWAT team rolls in all slow-mo, everybody looking like action figures? Yeah, this ain't that. This is Ready or Not, and it feels real, like heart-pumping, room-clearing, try not to get your teammates smoked kind of real. And it's finally coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS on July 15th. You get 18 intense missions, solo or with your squad of 5. Clearing buildings, protecting civilians, and breaching with brains, not just bullets. This ain't run and gun, it's strategy, it's tension. It's like diffusing a situation and your childhood trauma at the same time. You can fully customize your team, armor, gear, outfits, weapons, and it's got full cross-play. So no matter what system your crew's on, y'all can roll together. Pre-order now, and they're throwing in some serious gear. The M32A1 grenade launcher, MKV pistol, and 590M shotgun. PC players, you're getting all that, plus the new Los Sueños Stories DLC, free on launch day. So if you're ready for the best tactical shooter of the year, a game that rewards brains, teamwork, and clean comms, this one's for you. Go pre-order Ready or Not now, out July 15th on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. I have some tour dates to tell you about. Miami, Florida on May 10th, Cedar Rapids, Iowa on June 19th, St. Paul, Minnesota on June 20th, Fargo, North Dakota on June 21st, Rapid City, South Dakota on June 22nd, Winnipeg and Calgary in the Canada. All tickets at theovon.com/TOUR. Please go through those links so you get accurate pricing, and I appreciate your support for the return of the Rat Tour. Today's guest is an entrepreneur. He's an inventor. He's a philanthropist. He is one of the richest men in the world, and it's and a consensus of wealth and power exists in only so few people. He co-founded Facebook in 2004 when he was 19 years old, the company that turned into Meta, which is where we are today in their headquarters. I'm thankful to spend time and get to know Mr. Mark Zuckerberg.
Shine on me, and I will find a song I will sing it.
You drink coffee, man, or no?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you've had it.
I have. Sometimes on vacation, I'll drink it recreationally. It's like every once in a while.
Just like a celebration.
Yeah, no. It's
Really?
Yeah, no. I just like hate anything that messes with, I don't like any kind of chemicals or anything like that.
Oh, really? So you like to keep everything, the equilibrium?
Yeah, my sister gives me such a hard time about this. She's like, you're just sitting there raw dogging reality.
Wow. It's kind of true. Like, so but you've had it before? Yeah, but you just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
So when you get up in the morning, that's not your thing? Like, is there something you do?
No. Yeah, I mean, I wake up and I fight people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wake up in the morning and are we going, by the way? I mean, we should get this.
Yeah, we're going.
What's up? All right.
Oh,
good.
you mean you wake up and do jujitsu, you mean?
Oh, yeah. No,
that
I mean,
what you
yeah.
meant?
So I probably wake up like, I don't know, 7:30, whenever like the kids start making noise around the house. It's like, all right, sleep is done.
Yeah.
And then like, it's like, I look at my phone and I'm just like, all these things that these people are doing, like, you did what? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, I have to go fucking deal with this. It's like, it's like this partner, are you really? God damn it. All right. So, and then it's like, I compose myself and go fight for 2 hours, like recenter myself. Then it's like, now I can go deal with the stuff. But no, it's,
so that helps. So it's almost like your coffee in the morning sometimes, like rolling jujitsu kind of.
Yeah. And I mean, right now I'm doing more striking. So I mean, that's really fun. I think it's like the greatest sport. I mean, it's like neurologically stimulating. It's, it's good cardio, good strength.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of a threat, right? So it keeps you on, it's not like just like running. I used to like run around the neighborhood, but running is not that thrilling.
Running compared to jujitsu running is not really neat once you can do jujitsu.
Yeah,
because I think one cool thing about jujitsu is just like you can lose a match with somebody, right? You can lose like they can submit you,
yeah,
but you'll learn something along the way, right?
Yeah.
And they a lot of times the guy submitting you also wants to help you learn too. So it's like you can lose and win at the same time. I think that's what's kind of masterful about it.
Yeah, totally. Do you do it?
I don't do it as much as I would like to, you know?
Yeah.
I
Striking
used to
or
do it a
anything like
lot.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I never got into striking, but I would just kind of like, but I would just do jujitsu on the mats, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, it's so fun.
God, it
It's just
was
like
so
fun to
fun.
do with friends. And
Oh, yeah. And some guy chokes you so hard. And then you're just like, you're like,
it's a good day.
it's a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
If a big fella just squeezes you can't handle it, it's a cup of coffee.
Better than caffeine for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not into that stuff.
Is there a vitamin or some staple that you kind of keep in your diet if it's not caffeine? Is there some like
I drink a very large amount of protein.
Yeah.
Creatine, do you count that? I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, vitamin D, like all that stuff. Yeah, vitamins good. But like, yeah.
It's not your thing.
No, never been my thing.
Where did I see? Well, we saw each other at the UFC, and you and your wife were there, right?
Yeah, which one was that?
I'm trying to think. It wasn't
312? Was that was Alex fighting Magomed?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was sad about that, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, your wife, I could see she could like really it like she was like head in her hands sometimes.
Yeah, no, I think she would say she enjoys it, but I think she mostly goes to support me. No, she's into it. I think it's tough. I mean, we've gotten to know a bunch of the fighters, and it's just like when you see someone who you know and like get hit or go down, that's tough, right? I mean, it's like I've gotten to like train with Volk a few times, and we were there at 298 when he fought Ilya, and like,
oh yeah,
that was
right.
like, and that was like really.
Didn't
tough,
you get to
right?
walk out with him or no?
Yeah, I mean, he asked me to walk out with him, and I was like, all right, yeah, this will be a cool experience. And then I'm just like, standing there while they're walking. Did you see that whole meme where they're like, he's like passing off all his clothes, and I'm just like sitting there like useless. Yeah, no, there you go. That was a fun one.
Was that scary? Like, what? Because I guess you feel like, what do I do now?
No, I mean, this was a fun moment, but watching him get hit by Ilya so close. I mean, it was like right cage shot. It was like 3 feet from us, and I mean, he's like he's like a tough guy, right? And so that was tough. But so I think after that, Priscilla was like, "Oh man, I don't know if I can go watch Volk in person again." But we just have friends over. It was fun watching him fight Diego. It was good.
Oh yeah,
it was a great fight.
That was great. That was awesome.
Some tough moments in round 2 and 4, but his heart, man. Like, I mean, the way he described it after, of like, did you see the shot in round 4 where Diego grazed his eyelid
with his glove?
Yeah, and he lost his vision.
Yeah,
and he like, and you could see he was kind of like just the head movement and everything, trying to stay in a good place.
It's like watching an animal try to survive on one of those Animal Planet shows or something. When you're cheering for the animal, you're like, oh, it's not going to go well, but then he does good.
Yeah, no, he's an amazing guy. He's really cool. Very talented, a lot of heart.
Oh yeah, and you get to know some of the fighters. I think that's one thing that is great about social media these days, is that you get to know the fighters a little bit more, some of their regular life. Like, you can get involved in who they are.
Yeah,
so
totally.
that gives you so much more of a person to cheer for. Is it tough to take your wife, since you're a and I'm just gonna
go for it.
Since you're
go for it.
I'm gonna say the word really fast just so it's like so we don't dwell on it. But since you're a billionaire, is it tough to take your wife on a date, like at that, like, do you have to live up to a standard, or what's like a nice date night? What is that like?
I don't know. No, I think she's pretty chill.
She's a chillionaire. Yeah, sorry. That's a horrible
there you
term.
go.
My niece will like it.
Yeah, there you go. No, I mean, I think the main thing for me is like life is busy. There's like a million things that I could be doing at any given point in time. I just think it's important to like take time, each week. Like, Wednesday night, we really try to have a date night. Try to hang out with the kids and put them to bed every night. It's like that. That's just like an important part of my routine. I think that's important stuff to do. But no, I mean, we try to like go out somewhere, but every once in a while we'll just cook or eat at home, and that's all good. The UFC stuff I think is probably more for me than for her.
Yeah.
But she's a good sport about it.
Is there something you'll do for her, like, or is there like a fancy date? Because you can afford to take your wife on like a date of like that a lot of us could only dream of, right? That most people could only dream of. Is there something that you like is there some magical date that you took her on one time?
I don't know. That is a good question. Let's see. She's pretty simple on this stuff. I think most of the, I like making things, right? So I don't know if you saw this thing. I like working with like great artists and stuff. So I did this project where I've always admired Daniel Arsham, and he's this like great sculptor, and I worked with him to make this sculpture of Priscilla because I thought it was cool, and yeah, you're pulling this up. First of all, I think it's like, make a sculpture of Priscilla partially because that's cool, partially because I'm not going to make a sculpture of myself. It's like that's crazy, right? It's like, well, like who the fuck does that? But like, so it's like she's kind of the target of my creative energy in
like
a lot
the
of
muse
places.
in a way.
So there's all these memes online after, there you go, where people are like, whoa, I wonder what Zuckerberg did wrong that he had to make a sculpture of his wife. And I'm like, no, you guys are totally missing this. This is the thing I did wrong. It's like, you can't, like, you're gonna have to wait to see what I have to do to make up for having made a sculpture and putting it on our front lawn. It's like, she didn't want a sculpture of her in the front lawn. It's like, that's weird, right? It's no, but she's a good sport about it, and
and at least you can tell the DoorDash guy, like, just set it by the sculpture.
Just by the sculpture. Yeah.
That's kind of nice. It becomes like a and I think having like a woman as you look out in your yard is kind of nice,
Yeah, no, it's got like a good angelic form factor thing. It's a good vibe.
Did she make you make any adjustments to it, or was she like, okay, I'll accept it as is?
No, I mean, I don't think she was that happy with it. Because again, I mean, like, who wants a sculpture of themselves in the front yard? But I think she thinks it's sweet, and I think she appreciates that. I mean, there's a lot of like more destructive things I could be doing with my creative energy.
Yeah, you made an effort too.
Yeah. So, so it's like I designed her this Porsche minivan thing. It's like we took like a Cayenne and extended it to be bigger. And it's like, I do that because it's like, all right, I like cars, but I'm not going to design a supercar for myself. Let's like just design a sweet minivan for my wife, right? It's like, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess creative stuff like that, trying to be creative and show her some creativity. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
There you go. I mean, look at that.
And where did you meet your wife at?
I met her in school. So we were in college, and I had just done this prank, and all my friends and everyone was convinced. We were all convinced I was going to get thrown out of school.
Okay, and where were you in school at, Mark?
Harvard.
Okay,
and so I was a sophomore. She was a freshman. My friends were convinced I was about to get kicked out of school. I was like going in front of this like trial for the kind of like school discipline committee. My friends threw a going away party for me, and it was in the bathroom line at the end of the party. Where I was just like next to Priscilla, and we were talking.
You had nothing to lose. It was your last meal.
I was just like, look, man, like it's, I didn't say man, but it's, like it was not very romantic situation. It's like we're waiting in line for the bathroom. She's just funny. She's cute. And it's like, I was like, all right, hey, if we're going to go out, we better go do this quickly because I'm probably going to get kicked out of school in like 2 or 3 days. It's like, that's a good pickup line, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, that's how you really show that you have potential in the world, right? It's it's
a limited time offer.
Yeah, but it's not like very aspirational. It's like, hey,
that's true.
It's like I'm going nowhere in life, and I'm about to get kicked out of school, so you're going to want to, you're going to want to go out with me really quickly.
Right. It's like, I guess another way to look at it is very sale rack in a way,
Very sale rack. Yeah. So, but everyone I knew thought that this whole thing was over. I mean, my parents drove up. We lived in New York. They drove up to help me pack up my dorm room because they're like, it's over. You're coming home. Yeah. But it didn't. Then, of course, I made Facebook, and a few months later, I dropped out anyway. So jokes on them. But it's but that's how. Did
you have to go to the trial at school, or you didn't?
Oh no, I did.
Oh, you did.
And it was like the questions that they asked were even worse than the questions that I get at like the congressional hearings.
Yeah.
It was like, don't you know that once you put this terrible prank website online, it is there forever? And it's like, no, actually, that's not how it works. The site's already down. They're like, you're a smart ass. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
But half of a smart ass also is smart.
Yeah,
So that's
I'll
good.
take that. Yeah,
It's better than being
It's
a
like,
dumbass.
yeah, well, it's like maybe smart and a little bit of an ass, and
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, I'd rather be a smart ass, I think. Do you know about what was a prank site? What was it? That wasn't Facebook though.
No, it was this thing called Face Mash, which in the whole lore of the thing, there's this whole movie that got made about all this stuff. And they made it seem like Face
okay.
Mash was a predecessor to Facebook. It wasn't. When I was in college, I just like making things.
Yeah.
So.
That's what
whether
happened.
it's statues or minivans or internet or glasses, like whatever, it's just like making stuff. So
You like being creative.
yeah, so it was very mean spirited. It was very mean spirited. I downloaded everyone's ID photos from their ID cards, and I made this site where it showed 2 photos, and you clicked on the person you thought was more attractive, and then it basically took all the matchups and ranked everyone in the school based on who everyone thought was the most attractive. Very mean spirited in retrospect. Not connected to Facebook in any way,
Right, but just like a
just a college kid kind of being a jerk.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so that was not my best move.
But you got to take it's baby steps.
I mean,
And
yeah.
also pretty cool to make something.
Some of the things I did were useful and fun. That one, I put it together in a weekend. Not my best work. Not my best work. But
That's fair, not your best work, Not
my
Yeah,
best
we've all
work.
had things that we made that weren't, that weren't the best probably. Did you let me think what I'm going to ask you. Oh, did you what kind of car do you drive?
right now, Blackwing CT5.
Ooh, what is it?
It's a Cadillac. It's nice.
It is?
It's
Cadillac?
here, pull it up. It's I really like driving manual transmission cars.
Oh yeah. Huh?
And
I like that type of thing, baby.
it's a good one.
Oh God, that's nice.
Yeah.
That thing will just shift. That thing just gets shifty out there.
No, it's good. It's good.
It's got a nice little ass on it.
I feel like you want your car to have almost as much horsepower as your helicopter. I feel like as a rule of thumb.
It's probably a rule of a very rich thumb.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So for a while, okay, so my security team kind of convinced me for like 10 years that I should just let them drive me places, which I mean, realistically, I probably should. But then eventually I was just like, I can't do this. It's like I need like the freedom. I need to be able to drive myself. So I started learning how to fly helicopters. And then I was like, all right, well, this is just ridiculous. It's like we have the security team driving me to my helicopter that I then go fly away. It's like, that makes no sense. It's like, let's get a car.
It's kind of Batman. It's almost as a Batman vibe, but I guess it is true because then you're just by yourself out there.
What do you mean?
Or will you take somebody with you in the car?
Oh, no. In the car or the helicopter?
In the helicopter.
Yeah, I definitely have like a real professional pilot fly with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild though.
Yeah.
But I guess a chopper would get you somewhere pretty quick, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good tool to have in the arsenal.
Unreal.
Yeah. No, it's California.
You're like a damn emperor, dude. Does that feel like that ever?
No. Man, it's like I feel like I wish that people did what I wanted them to do. It's like that would be fun. But in the meantime, you can have some fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would have a chopper. I don't even know what I would have. I would have an underground tunnel. Even that it came right back up next to where it started.
I do have an underground tunnel.
Do you really?
Yeah.
In USA?
Well, I have this ranch in Kauai. Yeah. Where there's this whole thing where people were like, there's this whole meme about how people were saying I built this like bunker underground. It's like more of underground storage type situation. But yeah, no, it's
Oh wow. Zucky got that bunky. What's under the ground is just more water, right?
It's basically what you just said. It's sort of a tunnel that just goes to another building.
Yeah.
But it's
a good place to hide a little bit of dope, though. That's what I would say, dude. Those are the good. That's what I would do anyway. But
Well, you and I differ there.
yeah. So you've never used drugs or?
I mean, I don't know. Dare really worked on me. When I was in 3rd grade, it's like, I don't know, there's all this stuff about how it backfired and like it just kind of taught people how to use drugs. For me, it like really scared me. It was like, I don't like any of that stuff. It's like a friend will show up and be like, oh, I was like getting an IV to feel better. It's like, I don't even want people to like extend their arm and show me their vein. Yeah. Like, it's like that shit. Like, no, not me. Not me.
That's true, dude.
No, I'm raw dogging reality, as my sister says. Yeah, no,
there's kind of that's kind of insane really these days. It used to be kind of that somebody who was like really straight edge and sober, that was a nerdy thing, I think. But now, I never even thought about it before. Now that's almost the most insane thing you can do. It's like, wait, you're under the influence of nothing.
Nothing.
From sun up to sundown. You're a fucking animal, you know? It's kind of crazy that things have gone the perspective of that has kind of changed. How big is that tunnel? Is your tunnel pretty big, or what's it like?
It's not that big of a tunnel. It's I made I put a reel on Instagram one day of Priscilla kind of making fun of me playing video games with some friends down there, but it's it's all good.
Yes, definitely. But this is a crazy area. I haven't spent a lot of time.
You know how the internet is. The internet will always make things seem like they're crazier than they are. But you know what's I mean, in Hawaii, it's like having a little storm shelter underground tunnel is pretty sweet.
That's the thing right there.
No, I don't think so.
That's insane.
Someone's rendering.
Is that Roblox? Who built it
Looks
for you?
Closer to Roblox than what the thing is.
Dude, the future's things are definitely getting weird with cars. Dude, I saw 4 Waymos meeting up behind the IKEA over here.
Having a meeting?
Huh? Yeah.
Deciding what they're going to do next?
It's just
like, what's your next move?
Kind of was like, where are you going? Yeah, I think
Have you seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
I haven't seen it.
You would like that.
Really?
It's good. Yeah, no, I think that there's the self-driving car that's like hunting down the guy who is mean to it, and it's good.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Dude, there was 4. I don't know if they were smoking a blunt or whatever, but there was 4 Waymos all meeting. Yeah, I don't know. They were meeting up. I'm like, who are they? What are they doing? You know? And then my buddy said he was in one, and it was crying to him because it like
the Waymo was crying.
Yeah, the Waymo was like complaining about his spouse or whatever, and it was like.
What form does that take?
I don't know. Like,
is it like speaking English, or is it like R2D2?
No, I think he had said it on a British setting, so it was like, "Oh, me missus is really getting at me," no. So I think because you can change the voice to like Indian guy or British guy or whatever, or like female or semi-female or whatever.
Semi-female.
But like, yeah, I just think it like, yeah, just some of that Waymo stuff's just getting out of line. I never thought like, oh, what are these cars doing until I saw 4 of them meeting up. And I was like, this seems like a lot to me, you know? That's where the future starts to get a little bit scary, is moments like that where you're like, well, what are they doing?
What were they doing? Probably just waiting to pick people up.
But they'd have to do it in a group behind an IKEA?
Yeah, I don't know. That does seem like an unlikely place to pick people up.
That's true. And well, it just seems...
I'm not going to defend them.
Okay. It just seemed like an interesting place to meet up, you know? Yeah, and then I was in one Waymo, and it was like, do you want to gamble? And
what?
I think it was like sponsored by DraftKings or something. And it was like, you want to gamble with me?
In the Waymo?
Yeah. I was like, it's like, I bet you $40 you'll never get where you're going. And it was like, this seems
as the doors lock.
Yeah.
It's like picks up speed.
Yeah. And why are all the Waymos white too? I'm like, this is, I don't know. I just think we got to start to diversify the portfolio. I feel like a little, you know?
Yeah.
But what do I know? So let me switch topics. Sorry, sometimes I get a little bit nervous. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's no way that you're less nervous than me.
Let me think about how you said that.
Yeah, let me think about that too. Did I?
There's no
more
way.
nervous. Yeah, see, I didn't even say it correctly.
Really? Oh, but I think that's a trap. I think that I think I'm more nervous than you.
You think?
Yeah, man. I wake up. I am an alarm clock. That's how I feel all the time. I feel like.
What does that mean?
I just feel like I'm always, you know.
Why?
You know? I don't know. I just think I've always felt like that. I've always felt like kind of frenetic, you know? It's like, how do I get things to calm down more than how do I get things to amp up, you know? Like I'll even wear earplugs a lot of the day now, and it makes things a lot easier for me to kind of navigate.
Interesting.
Yeah, it just makes everything easier to focus on. It makes it easier if I'm doing sauna, steam bath, ice bath, working out, any of those things. It makes it everything.
You wear earbuds in the...
I'll wear earplugs.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll wear them all night while I sleep. It just makes everything a lot easier. Ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6, plus even more cash if you outscore the competition. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. I like to pick Kevin Durant, the Durantula, and more than 22 points. Or sometimes I'll pick Zervibus Snengbonis Bragic and more than 11 rebounds. It's up to you. New players get 50 in Pick 6 credits instantly on just a $5 entry. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code Theo. That's code THEO for new customers to play $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Make sure to be responsible.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Hi, everyone. So I've been telling you guys about MoonPay for a while now, right? And honestly, I'm not going to stop because it's just that good. You've heard me talk about the MoonPay app, and for good reason. It's incredibly user-friendly for buying and selling crypto. But today I want to share more about what makes MoonPay so cool. MoonPay powers the entire world of crypto. Some people say they are the PayPal of crypto because just like you could use PayPal to buy anything on the internet, now you can use MoonPay to buy anything in crypto. And while we're on the subject of cool MoonPay partners, you've definitely got to check out Uniswap. It's your go-to decentralized exchange where swapping tokens is as easy as pie. And guess what? You can use MoonPay to buy more crypto for your swaps. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, Uniswap lets you trade directly from your wallet, keeping things smooth and simple. Remember, while MoonPay makes buying crypto straightforward, it's essential to do your own research and understand the risks involved. Crypto trading can be volatile, and you could lose your investment. MoonPay is a tool to facilitate your transactions, not a source of financial advice. Trade responsibly. You dropped out of college, right?
Yeah.
And Alexander Wang, he came on one time. We were talking about him earlier, but he had dropped out of college also. Is that do you think people need college still, or because it's just, that you have these creative guys who are having success and they didn't go through college? Do you feel like people still need college? What do you feel like that looks like for now in the future?
I don't know. Well, I mean, college, there's a question of how much of it is about the learning and how much of it is about the kind of like learning how to be a grown-up before you kind of go out into the world. I mean, for me, it's like the classes were fine. I mean, that was fun, sort of entertaining part of college. But I mean, I met a lot of people who were really important in my life, right? It's like, I mean, Priscilla, my co-founders at the company, a bunch of people who are still friends, close friends to this day. So I think that's almost more of it than like whatever class you took.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's social, just learning to be around others, learning to not be at your parents' house.
Yeah. And I mean, I went to boarding school for 2 years. And then before I went to college for 2 years. So I feel like even though I dropped out of college, I kind of got a full experience in a way on that. But it was good. I feel like you just like, you need some time kind of away from home a bit before you like fully go out. But so I don't know. I think that'll be a thing. But I do think like a lot of people, I'm not sure that college is preparing people for like the jobs that they need to have today. I mean, I think that's like, there's a big issue on that. And like all the student debt issues are like really big issues. I mean, the fact that college is just so expensive for so many people. And then like you graduate and you're in debt.
Well, you're not even guaranteed a job either. You would think at a certain rate you're paying, you'd be guaranteed some sort of beginner employment.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably the biggest issue with it. Is it would be one thing if it were just kind of like a social experience, but you started off neutral. The fact if it's not preparing you for the jobs that you need and you're kind of starting off in this big hole, then I think that's not good. I mean, that I think there's going to have to be a reckoning with, and
it's a good point.
People are going to have to kind of figure out whether that makes sense. But I don't know. People, it's sort of been this taboo thing to say of like maybe not everyone needs to go to college, and because there's like a lot of jobs that don't require that, and but I think people are probably coming around to that opinion a little more now than maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Do you think, I was just talking earlier with Colin, I think one of your coworkers, sorry, I didn't want to say assistants, but and we're kind of saying that like what classes do you think like kids should be learning now? Because like with AI coming along and with technology starting to like really multiply itself pretty quickly, like our ability to advance is going to only grow faster, it seems like. Would you feel like that's true overall statement?
Oh yeah, totally. Okay. I mean, I think it's accelerating. Yeah.
Accelerating. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Sorry.
Yeah.
So with that happening, what are like, I feel like they should be teaching how to like kind of use AI to children right now in elementary and middle schools. Does that sounds very real to me. Do you feel like that's like not how to code or anything, but just how to do it?
So, I mean, it's interesting because the technology changes a lot, right? I mean, it's a lot different now than it was 20 years ago when I got started with the company or when I started coding when I was a kid. So it's not like the specific things I learned to code when I was 15 are the skills I'm using today. But I don't know, I think that there is something about kind of understanding the technology and understanding how to use it and getting on that train that I think is valuable.
Right.
But the other thing is I just think like having good mentors or teachers, no matter what the actual class is, like when I was in boarding school, I really liked studying Latin and Greek, and that's like not useful for any practical thing. But it's like, but it's fun and like
it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
I think there are parts of it that are fun for sure.
And the tests that I had to take were, you'd be reading these kind of great works, and the test would be they'd pull out any word in like whatever the third of a book was that was kind of that kind of section of the class, and they'd like show you a sentence and they'd say, okay, this word, like give us the full kind of grammatical and like poetic significance of kind of how this word is used by this author in this piece. So okay, I'm not that good at language. So the way that I did that class was I basically just sat and studied word by word the like historical significance of each word over like tens of pages, preparing for these exams. And okay, I don't remember that much of that at this point, right? I mean, there were a few quotes that I think are pretty good from some of those books, but and I put them on shirts. But
have you? But pluribus unum. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
What does that one mean? Let's ball out or whatever.
From many one. I think it's talking about how we come together as a people or as states into one union.
Oh, that's nice.
Pluribus unum. But no,
But so you did it word by word, but it still helped you.
But I just think like the lesson from that is, it kind of gave me this confidence that it's like, okay, that was like a crazy thing to do. All right, to have to like go learn what every word's significance, like poetic significance and grammatical the structure and all that is. And after I took that class, I was basically like, I can work hard enough to do anything that I want. Right? Because like I just like fucking learned all these words that don't matter in order to like nail this thing. And I won and kind of did that and got that to kind of had some fun doing it. So
right, it's like you found a model kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
That worked, and it was hard. It was a tough model.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. I mean, there's like the math version of that. I mean, you're talking about Alexander Wang on here. It's like, I mean, I did a bunch of the same kind of math competitions that he did. I had this like super hardcore math instructor in high school. His name was Zooming Feng, and he and
Chinese guy.
Oh yeah, and I think at some point he had worked with
Zooming Feng, bring him up,
Zooming
baby.
Feng. Now he's
want the Feng. You ever hear that song? They would used to play that.
Well, this guy is just like a badass, and he basically was involved in training the U.S. Math Olympiad team for a long period of time, and he made a huge impact on me kind of growing up, and he kind of taught me a little bit about like how I approach problems. He's like, look, you actually. It's like you kind of have this. It's like, look, you're not that good at math. I'm like, no, but I'm kidding. He kind of taught me that I had this sort of like intuitive ability to have a sense of like what zone the right answer was in. So he's like, I look at your work and you do a bunch of stuff that like doesn't really make sense. But then at the end, you come to a conclusion and you realize that conclusion doesn't make sense. And then you kind of check yourself and go back and do it. And you keep on doing it until you get the right answer. He's like, I don't understand how you like have this intuitive sense for like what the shape of the right answer is, but like that's really good. As long as you like couple that with working really hard, you're going to be able to kind of succeed and get a lot done.
So that gives you a map of how to navigate yourself, like your intuition with your hard work.
Yeah. So I don't know. So okay, like does the specific like, high dimensional geometry or whatever the thing is that we were working on together, like, do I do any of that today? No. I don't remember any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's like you have some good teachers who teach you how to think and how to work hard, and like that stays with you forever. And I think that's like some of the stuff that I think it builds confidence. It like teaches you how you approach problems. Then you just get better and better at some things, and you build confidence. And
so that's the value you're saying and seeing in college. Like those are some of the other values you might not see. Like
I think so.
Might not be able to be seen on paper, but the value of that. Yeah, that's a good point, man. It's like I remember like some of my favorite people still to this day in my life have been some of my teachers that challenged me or that believed in me or that said a certain like, man, I admire the way you do this or this. And it really encourages you and wants kind of plants a lot of seeds to make you want to do those things so much more.
Yeah, and they don't have to be teachers, although obviously that's
mentors. I think a lot of these days, a lot of people get their mentorship probably I would guess from teachers unless they play a sport.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main way that you learn those from colleagues, right? It's like people you work with. And I remember. Growing up, I was really into computers, and
like when did you get your first computer, you think?
So my family had a computer probably when I was like 8 or 9, and then I think I probably got one.
And would you be in there on that thing all the time, just riding the keys?
No, so my dad's a dentist. And he's like,
I just got a tooth yesterday.
Yeah. How's that? There you go.
I just got a half of a.
Got to see Dr. Zuckerberg.
Really?
Yes, it's he'll take care of you.
Did your parents give you love or just sonic care? That's just an old dentist joke.
Well, glad you got that taken care of.
Yeah, I feel a lot better about it.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about?
Oh, I was just talking about how my dad was the type of dentist who like was really into technology, right? So whenever like a new laser thing came out to like drill your teeth better, like he was on that first, right? And that was kind of cool to be around, right? It's and kind of see, like he clearly loved technology, and I think I sort of got introduced to a bunch of stuff through that. So like he had like in his dental office there were like a bunch of different operatory rooms, I guess, and they each had computers, and I was like, all right, like,
it feels like the future in there.
Yeah, it's like, but it was still, he'd still like go between them to talk to the different people. I was like, you need like a chat app so you can just like send messages to everyone across the the dental office. So I like wrote that for him, and it's like, all right, that's cool.
So you were coding. So you were putting coding into like dental work. You were already thinking of how to connect.
I just
things.
like making stuff. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, that's sort of been the theme for me, is the intersection between like computing technology on the one hand and like people and connecting people. When I was in college, I wasn't there for long, but I mean, I was technically a psychology major. I mean, I took a bunch of computer science and math classes too, but
dude, if somebody even went to Harvard for 4 days, dude, I would hire him to be my therapist or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Really?
No, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather have someone who, I definitely subscribe to the theory of like, you want people who did well at whatever they did, not just like who have some random credential. So,
I guess, but where I'm from, if you heard Harvard, it was like somebody had gone to like Mars or something. It was very,
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I think so. It kind of differs from place to place. Did you have to tell your parents you were dropping out of college? Was that a crazy day? Did you DM them, or what'd you do?
So, I mean, I'd already started Facebook, and Harvard had this nice policy where you didn't have to make a hard decision to drop out. You could just postpone. So I just didn't go back for the next term. But later, my mom told me that she always knew I wasn't going to finish college. I was like, Mom, the hell does that mean? But no, but actually,
but that's got to be the worst. Imagine this, okay? Say your son or child or daughter or mixed child or whatever. Imagine it's a big test at school, right? You have to hug your kid goodbye. You know your kid is not going to do good on that test, right? But you still have to stand there in the kitchen and give him a little bit of chocolate milk and be like, you're going to do good out there today, Benny, or whatever his name is, right? But then the second he leaves, you're just like, that kid doesn't have a
it's like
Benny's
screwed.
Benny's
screwed. No, I don't know. I don't know.
What we're talking
I don't know what
about.
it's like. No, but my younger sister.
Is our conversation going okay? I feel like it's cool, you?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
this is, I mean, it's less random than I expected it to be, It is? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to talk sometimes to people.
No, before I went to college, my mom, I think, told me that she thought I was going to drop out. My younger sister bet me that she was going to finish college before me.
Ooh, I like that attitude.
And I was like, no, I'm going to get a degree. And they all came true. I dropped out. My younger sister finished college, and then I got an honorary degree. So, bonus.
Oh, you got they gave you that.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Did you even get your GED at all either?
No, I did finish high school.
You did?
GED's high school, right? Is that?
I don't know. I think they make a GED premiere now.
I don't know. Anyone? No?
GED's high school equivalent.
All right. Thank you. No, I got a high school diploma.
You got a high school diploma?
That's my education.
Dude, that's 94% of our country. So you're in good hands, brother. You're right there with some of the greats. So when you first started, let me think if I want to think. Oh, where was your first date that you took Priscilla to? Do you remember?
Yeah, for Priscilla, that was we went to this place, Burdick's. It was
Burdick's,
LA Burdick's. This like chocolate place, hot chocolate. That was pretty good.
And was it just like y'all went and sat down, or is it like a restaurant or just a place to get?
Yeah, it's like a little coffee place, like hot chocolate type coffee place. It's it's nice. They make good chocolates. They make these little mice things.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, chocolate mice. So now every year on our anniversary, we get some mice.
Oh yeah.
Good deal.
Oh yeah, hold on. Nothing like a couple of tech emperors enjoying a couple of mice. You feel me? I think that's very normal. That's very normal to me, dude. Sorry, that just made me laugh, dude. I'm sorry, Mark. That just made me freaking laugh. Dude, it's just crazy to think.
Well, chocolate mice.
Yes, chocolate mice.
Yeah,
and we'll put that in the notes.
Yeah, no, it's not. I feel like when you go like full Roman Empire, it's like give me the live mice.
Give me the live mice. And then one mouse shows up and he has like a bad leg. You're like, all of them fully live. Dude, if somebody sees a mouse with a bad leg, nobody even cares. That's the saddest thing about some mice. But actually, I used to sell hamsters. My first job was selling hamsters growing up. And a lot of that market, they brought in these Russian hamsters, right?
Uh-huh.
And it took away a lot of the American market. And the Russian ones, they're called like the Roborovskis. Bring up a couple of Roborovskis, man. They were they took away like the fluffy kind of American hamp, and they're
pretty cute.
They are cute, but the ones that we were getting, a lot of them were from Russia. Put Roborovsky hamsters from Russia, were the small white ones with kind of the red eyes. Yeah, they really, I think they put some visual effects on some of their eyes. There you go. These were really not helping people feel good.
Yeah, no, that's like a vampire.
It was a little bit much. It was a lot for some of the children.
So one of my daughters is really into hedgehogs. So we found we took them to Japan, and there's this hedgehog cafe that you can just go in and they can just like play with the hedgehogs.
I've never seen a hedgehog.
Yeah, no, it's they're pretty cute. It kind of looks like that, but less red eyes. But
ooh,
yeah, no, cute.
Shorty Bay.
Yeah.
She's out there. Those are beautiful.
No, the idea of cafes where you can hang out with animals.
Mm-hmm.
Priscilla was telling me that she took the kids to this cat cafe, and like, it's like my daughter was like hanging out with the cats, and was like couldn't find a cat that she liked, and then like finally found a cat that she was into, and then like just as she was sitting down like hanging out with the cat, someone came in and was like, "Oh, this cat has been adopted," and came and it's
just like that issue that's going on with that guy they deported to El Salvador right now. It sounds like I don't know if it's similar to that, but it sounds like there's like a lot.
That seems completely different.
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely a completely different thing.
You're right.
That's
yeah, you're right. It's not the same fairy tale. I don't know how either one of those fairy tale ends, but that's so sad.
The cat at least got a home.
Yeah, the cat got a home, and I think that guy will get home. I don't know a lot about it. It's just like spawning me on that. That could be something like that. Do you have how many daughters? You have
3 daughters.
3 daughters.
Yeah,
and you had 3 sisters.
I did. Yeah.
So you're
kind of surrounded by girls.
God.
Yeah.
And what's it like? Get like bedtime with your daughters at night? Like, what is that like at the Zuckerberg's home?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, so because I'm so busy during the day, I try to make it so that like the time that I know I'm going to hang out with the kids at night, I try to spend like half an hour with each of them at night. And they're different ages. So we got like a 9, a 7-year-old, a 2-year-old.
Oh, wow. That's fun, huh?
Yeah. So bedtime, I don't know. I mean, the kids are all crazy in different ways, and we just kind of like try to connect with them on whatever they want.
Like, what do they like to, if it's not,
well,
I'm not
the 2-year-old is like,
no.
The 2-year-old is just like starting to learn how to speak. And she has like
code, which would have been crazy.
Yeah, no, well, she's like, yeah, no, the 2-year-old has very strong opinions, and I think it's going to be very interesting.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, let me think about what, I mean, she's, I don't know. Let me think about something funny that she's doing. But while I'm thinking about that, the 7-year-old is just like purely generative, constantly just creating things. She's the one who's like, we'll do like 3D printing. She'll create like 3D worlds in this like Horizon metaverse system that we're building. She codes, she writes books, she basically like makes music. She's 7 years old? She's 7. Yeah. Seeing her has really, like, I think helped me understand myself in a way, because it's kind of like, okay, like, why do I just keep like building stuff? Like, why do I care so much about creating stuff? And it's like, I don't know. I think some people just like have a thing in them where it's like, they have to create stuff. Like the stuff just like comes out of them. They're constantly generating things and like, and kind of producing stuff. And
you notice that in her? She's
like that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I think before kind of she started growing up and doing that, Priscilla was just like, why don't you just like relax, right? It's like, you've built enough things, right? It's like, your company is good. Like, you can just chill. And now I think after seeing this one, she's just like, okay, no, I get it. Yeah, you have the same thing. You have what she has, right? It's like, you're just constantly creating stuff.
She's like, dude, you're Thomas Medicine.
There you go. There you go. I like that. Yeah, no, it's yeah.
Thank you, dude.
Every now and then, our oldest daughter is just like,
and the oldest one is 9, you said?
Yeah, she's 9. And
so that's getting up there a little bit in kids' age.
So she's getting into like the zone where she's like, she competes. She's doing like history B and like competing in math and really wants to like understand the world. So my activities with her is like, we'll usually like go through the news, and she'll find like one thing, we'll pick out a story, and then we'll just like talk about it. And it's really interesting because like it hadn't occurred to me before how much, in order to understand like technology, you need to really understand like government and civics and politics and law and like all of these different things. So trying to explain to like a child who hasn't thought much about these things it's both very fascinating for me, but it's just been like a cool bonding experience of like and you start off and it's like a really basic understanding, but then after you've done it for like a year or two, that like, okay, she has like a very good understanding of like the tech industry and the world and all the stuff, and it's pretty interesting to talk through.
Well, I think it's inspiring just to even parents to hear like, what can you talk to your kid about? You know what I'm saying? Like if your kid's 13 and you're still reading them Berenstain Bears or whatever, some of that's on you. Like you got to evolve some of the curriculum for your child, you know? Because a lot of parents think you probably can't kind of build these worlds in a child's head, but if you start with the basic blocks, then you kind of can, you know, and help them get bigger ideas about things. I think that's cool. I think there's nothing more important than how a parent communicates with their child, you know, and what they communicate to them. Because so often we just expect like teachers and different curriculum out in the world or just the world to do that for our children. But man, I think the biggest faucet for a child is the parent, you know. That's pretty cool. And the little one is just a little.
Just two. We got a bonus. So it's no, she's good, but I mean, obviously she's just obsessed with her older sisters. So one day she just decided, like, I am not a baby, and we're like, oh, you're the family baby. I'm a big girl. It's like that's like a core part of her identity is she's a big girl. It's
she's like email me now.
Yeah, no, it's like, email me now.
Email me at Zuckerbaby at Meta.
Meanwhile, she can't even like fully pronounce it. She goes, I'm a bit girl. It's like, okay. It's like, well, maybe learn how to pronounce it first and then I'll believe you. Yeah. But no, she's
like, I weigh 6 terabytes, you know? She's like, calm down, you know?
Yeah. No, she's,
that's so funny being like a
and the stuff that we do, it's like, I mean, it's when you're two, you're trying to like teach them like basic stuff. So it's like we have this book, it's like, how do I feel? Right. And it's just like pictures of other kids and like their facial expressions. And it's like the only emotion that she identifies with is happy. And so she'll be having like a terrible meltdown and like sobbing. And I'm like, Oreo, how you feel? She goes, happy. And it's like, no, you don't have to say happy all the time. It's like, it's normal. Like in life, it's like we have all these different emotions. Like it's important to understand when you're sad or like angry or frustrated or something. But
that's hilarious.
So we're still working on that. We're still on the remedial emotional emotions phase.
She'll be like crying. You're like, how do you feel? But she knows that's the one. She's like, hey.
She knows. Yeah, no, it's like
Oreo's her name?
Aurelia. But we call her Oreo, which I'm sure we're gonna regret when she's older.
Well,
it's cute. I think Oreo's
probably
cute
marry
name.
a basketball player. I'm guessing. Who knows, Mark? Who knows what'll happen? It could go. You know, Oreo Zuckerberg, dude. That's when you take. That's when you get into the food industry.
Yeah,
Oreo Zuckerberg.
I don't know. She I think could be
the sugar empress.
Well, see,
of Menlo Park.
Kids love like. You know, kids love, like, they go through a phase where they love cleaning and they love, like, playing cooking, right? It's like, oh, just give me some, like, a pan or, I don't know if that's some kids, but I think a lot of kids are like that.
Yeah.
She's just like, give me a desk. Like, I want to work like dad does. Like, give me a desk and, like I don't want to do this, like, cooking shit. Like, it's like,
He's like, we want to own a Popeyes. And she's like, but at least she has... But I like that though. She has like a plan, you know.
No, she's a bit girl.
Yeah, I like that. I love that idea that some child somewhere. This is going to make my day so much better. Just knowing that a child is just
there's a child behind a desk, just like demanding. It's like yeah.
There's not enough bandwidth in this crib.
Not enough bandwidth to the crib. Yeah,
to pull off what I need to pull off.
I know the kids. You know, I don't.
Is it fun being a dad? Do you feel like you enjoy it? Does it feel is it tough to connect with your children? Does that ever feel like a thing as a dad with girl daughters yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like there's probably some things that they connect better with mother about, but I feel like there's also I don't know, there's all these weird dynamics. I think that there's some things that they probably just connect with me better about, where it's it's just a different dynamic with father, right? So,
and what do they call you? Do they call y'all dad, father, mother?
Dad, although sometimes if they're being disobedient, Mark, it's like, no. Dad is a title, an honorific title that I've earned.
Mark. They're like, what is going on?
It's like, Oreo, that is bullshit. Get back in your crib.
I'll see you in court. These diapers are too tight. Tell my lawyer. That's hilarious. That's
I don't know. I think it's just good for them to have good role models, right? Part of the way that I feel like when kids grow up, they either end up wanting to marry people who are the opposite of their parents if it was a bad experience, or people who they think of as sort of oh, this was a good role model, right? Mm-hmm. And so I feel like as long as they look up to us, that's kind of that's you want to set a good example, right? So, but I don't know. I kind of, for me, we talked about this a little bit with the fighting stuff early on, but for me, it's always just been important that it's I don't just want to be a person who sits and works all the time. I think we're not meant to just sit at a desk all day long, and one day Oreo will learn that. But and I think a lot of life is you move around, you it's we're meant to be active and do stuff, and I think that's a big part of it. And I try to it's important to me that the kids get that too, and the kids are very active.
Do your kids have a lot of screen time? How much screen time do you allow your kids?
Yeah, it's different for the different ones. We don't just let them do whatever, but I actually want them to be fluent with this stuff, and kind of we talked about earlier. I want them to learn how to code, how to use technology. I think it's important because a lot of socialization, obviously happens online at this point. People need to get used to the norms and stuff around that. So, I mean, they're still too young to be using social media, but they have Messenger kids. We make it so that they can video chat and chat with their friends, and we'll obviously monitor to make sure that they're just connecting with the people who we think that they should. But I think it's actually good. I think people need to kind of grow up. I don't need to is strong, but I think I think it's good if you have an engaged parent and they and as a child you learn up, you kind of grow up learning how to use a bunch of this stuff. So I think that's all good. I want the kids to the extent that they're interested in it to learn how to code, learn how to create stuff, whether it's in Horizon or VR tools, or they play Roblox and Minecraft and stuff like that. I think that's good. And then there's a lot of educational study type tools that when our daughter's studying for her competitions or whatever, she can kind of make a lot of progress on that. So I think that stuff is good, but we're not just letting them just kind of sit and watch stuff all day long.
So you think
unless you're on a plane, then you do whatever you need to do to get through that flight.
Yeah. Thank you, dude. Somebody else needs to say that.
Yeah, no, it's
when do we come out with that pacifier that really shuts these kids down for a couple hours? I'm not saying this to be anything crazy, nothing illegal, but we need a high voltage pacifier back in society, Mark.
Oh man.
Give us something, brother.
Yeah.
These kids are screaming.
They sometimes do.
Yeah. The craziest thing happened to me. One time I'm on a plane, I'm dreaming, right? And I'm like, man, I'm really having some nice dreams because I never have good sleep or anything. So every now and then I come to the surface of my dreams and I'm like, wow, I'm still dreaming, and I go back underwater. But I heard a ukulele playing, right? Ukulele. And at some point I wake up and there is a effing child, or child as some people call them, playing a ukulele with his parents on this plane. I walked up and I put my hand on it in front of the parents. I think I was still groggy from being asleep. And I was like, we can't do this today.
It's like the ukulele is, it's a
lot.
It's time out for ukulele.
It is. We're shutting down this little hand Hawaii you got going on right here, brother.
I mean, it probably took a lot of restraint to not just pick up the ukulele and smash it.
Oh, it really did.
Yeah. I mean,
It really did. So I just said, we're not doing this today in a tone that was...
That seems stern for a child. But,
it was.
Yeah.
And both of his parents were right
especially
there.
for a child who is not your child,
that's
who
true.
you don't know.
Very
that's
fair.
the type of thing that you could cause a scene.
Very
with that,
fair.
But
I got lucky. The parents were...
They agreed. They were probably pissed about the ukulele too.
But they were afraid to tell their kids something.
Yeah, it's like, so you did them a favor.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Oreo, sometimes business is closed.
Yeah,
okay?
no, it's like, yeah.
Working hours are over for today, okay? Well, you'll be back in the office tomorrow. Like sometimes you just have to, but
Yeah.
sometimes. So I agree. Please do whatever you can to stop these kids from being on planes or screaming on planes, because we are looking. That's one thing we are all looking to you for.
Well, maybe one day we'll deliver that.
Nobody needs help spending their money. Sometimes it feels like the whole world is just trying to spend your money. We're going to spend your money. But people don't need help spending their money. People need help growing their money. That's why there's Acorns. In a world that wants to spend your money, Acorns hopes to grow your money into more of your money with simple saving and investing. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now, even if all you've got is spare change. And you don't need to be an expert. Acorns recommends a diversified portfolio that can help you weather all of the market's ups and downs. Acorns even works for children. I recently got my niece and nephews set up on Acorns so they can see how savings works. Sign up now and join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with Acorns. Plus, Acorns will boost your new account with a $20 bonus investment. Offer available at acorns.com/THEO. That's acorns.com/THEO to get your $20 bonus investment today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/Theo. Podcasting, it felt like everything you had to do it yourself. You had to make sure your backdrop and your curtain was set up and clean, and you had to make sure the thing was in focus, and then sit down and get it back in focus. It was just, and you had to do the editing. It wasn't overwhelming, but it was a lot, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not complaining, but that's how it is until you get some help. For millions of businesses, the tool that helps is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/THEO. Go to shopify.com/Theo. Shopify.com/Theo. I know it's May, pretty much, almost. It's before May. But I'm still recovering from the holidays. I know it sounds crazy, but I know I'm not the only one. Life in general can be chaotic. But if you're in charge of order fulfillment for an e-commerce business, you know that that's its own special kind of chaos. But with ShipStation, you can count on your day-to-day remaining calm. ShipStation saves hours and money every month by shipping from all your stores with one login, automating repetitive tasks, and finding the best rates among all the global carriers. You'll never need to upgrade. ShipStation grows with your business no matter how big it gets. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com and use code Theo to sign up for your free trial. That's shipstation.com and use code Theo. That's shipstation.com, code Theo.
I do think a future version of the glasses will get there. I think you had a chance to play around with this a bit.
Yeah,
but
I
it's,
did. Are those the ones you have on right now or no?
No, this is these are the ones that are available today.
Right.
These are like our AI glasses. So I mean, it's, they're glasses. They can, the main thing is they can, you can take photos or videos with them. I love just using them for listening to music, and taking phone calls on them because your ears are open, right? So it doesn't obscure your ability to hear anything else. The audio quality is really good, right? Because it has a microphone, like it's a contact mic, that's like basically in the nose pad.
Audio quality is great.
So when I'm like, you can be on a plane and take a phone call, and like the other person on the other side can't even hear that you're on a plane. Like it's just like you can be in a wind tunnel and it's just like whatever. It's the sound quality is amazing. But then the main thing is they're AI glasses. So you can glasses, I think, are like the perfect form factor for a device where if you want to have an AI that you let see what you see, hear what you hear, it can talk to you. You can talk to it throughout the day. I think glasses that's like, if you want to have something that has the same context of the world that you do, it's going to be glasses. And there's like 1 billion or 2 billion people in the world who wear glasses already. So to me, the chance that we look back like a decade from now and like all those glasses aren't AI glasses by that period, it's kind of like obviously all the flip phones were going to become smartphones, right? I mean, that was clearly a thing that was going to happen. I think that's going to happen with glasses too. But the other piece of this is that you're going to get the ability to kind of put holograms in the world, right? So our experience with technology today is, I don't know, it's kind of funny in a way how it's divided, where it's like we have the physical world all around us, and then if you want to interact with something digital, you need to like put a screen up, right? So maybe it's like this, you have your small glowing rectangle, your phone with you, you have like, your screen if you want to like project something.
Yeah, your computer.
But I think in the not too distant future, this should be blended together, right? You'll have like the physical world, but all this digital stuff should just basically be holograms. You shouldn't need like a physical screen. Like there's no reason why in the future, you want to have a screen there. You'll just have glasses and that screen will be a hologram.
Right. And that's what
you'll see it.
That's what you put me in.
Yeah.
Somebody put me in it.
Yeah. No, that's
final season of Stranger Things back there.
Yeah.
I got put in whatever they put on me. It was like lens crafters, makes lens crafters look pretty, lame.
Well,
it's different. It was crazy. I'll say it was like, can I say what happened on it?
Yeah.
It was, so you put the glasses on and it's like an advancement of the pair that you have on now, right? So it's like years down the line. How many years down the line do you realistically think that those could?
I'm hoping that we'll have a version of that as a product in a few years, but it's
like
going
4 years or 8 years.
Hopefully closer to 4,
Okay.
or even less. But it's, I think that there will still be simpler glasses like this, and then there will be more complex glasses. Those will be more expensive. There's more
Right. It's what do
technology
you
packed
want,
into them.
kind of.
Yeah, but so some people will want like more tech. They'll want the holograms. Some people just want a simple experience where it's like, all right, I got the AI, I got the ability to listen to music and phone calls and do all that. And then obviously the less tech that you put into them, the thinner they can be, which I mean, some people like bulky glasses, some people want thin glasses. And
It was fascinating.
Yeah.
They had a thing on my wrist, right?
Like
Like
interface.
a neural interface.
You could basically control the glasses with your mind through signals that you're sending from your brain to your hand.
Yes, it was fascinating. It was like I could like touch different nodules that I needed to and stuff, or different nodes, whatever it's called. I could look at certain things and that would highlight what it was. And it was like it was just a screen in midair. And I could walk around the side of the room and then come back and the screen would still be there, but it wasn't really there in real life. It was just there with the glasses on.
Yeah, it's a hologram.
Yes. And it was crazy, man. I don't know. And then I was like, well, my first thought was like, well, how do you just get people to adapt to this? Because people aren't just going to go from where we are right now to adapt. And then I realized, okay, there's different stair steps. There's like almost like when you got the first smartphone, like you're saying, and then an advanced, or the first mobile phone, and then you have the first Meta glasses, and then it advances and stuff like that. So it was fascinating. There was a part where me and another man who I just met him, and we played ping pong, and I believe it was an Asian guy, and I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, and I don't know if ping pong is Asian, but it's people think it is. And I started playing with this man back there, you know, and the table,
win?
Huh?
Did you win?
Dude, who knows? We're in the future. I don't know if they keep score. I think everybody gets a medal.
No, you definitely keep score.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. And then in our future, not everyone gets a medal.
Yeah, I like that.
No, it's,
are you not
yeah, no, it's like, yeah, no, that's more, yeah.
Oreo, fire up the grill.
Yeah, no, it's
Loser burns. But no, we could play a game of, and it was not real. It was a ping pong table in front of us that was not real.
It was like 3D ping pong.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
So it wasn't there. Someone could ride their bike through, like your dumb brother could ride his freaking bike. Like, dang it.
Yeah.
Ricky, bro, you freaking rode right through our net.
So, I mean, I think it's an interesting thought experiment. How many of the things that we physically have aren't going to need to be there in the future, right? So pretty much every screen doesn't need to be there, right? It'll just be a hologram. Any media, any book that you're playing, any board game, any cards, nice. Those are,
that'd be nice. Because one thing I hate is at the airport, all these TVs are on our air. It's like everything is so loud now. It's like, can you just make it for you?
Just turn it down.
Why do we all have to experience this?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Painful noise sometimes.
Yeah, it's like you're driving through a city and there's billboards and nothing is personalized. It's like how TV used to be, right? I mean, in the future, you know, now like all the stuff that you use on your phone, it's like you get exactly what you're interested in, and it's just a much higher quality experience. But there's all this physical stuff that just stuck, right, and is static. And I mean, everything I think is going to be able to. Sorry, not everything, but I think it's an interesting thought experiment how much of the stuff that we physically have today that just doesn't actually need to exist in the future. So,
do you think is social media bad?
I mean, I don't think so. But
yeah, maybe that's not the right term. No. Like at a certain point, like how much, you know, there's been like studies done where it's like doom scrolling and stuff like that can lead to depression, that sort of thing. Like, what do you think about that? Like,
yeah. So look, I mean, we obviously study this stuff pretty carefully.
You guys do?
Yeah. I mean, we study it. We work with academics to study it. You know, as you can imagine, there's a lot of like media coverage of this stuff that's like very sensationalist, that tries to like have a skewed point of view.
Right.
My understanding of the current state of the research is that there isn't kind of a conclusive finding that this is negative for people's well-being. So I think that's, and in general, you know, some of the stuff that ends up being positive for people is building relationships. So there's sort of the media part of social media, and there's the social part of social media. I think the interacting with people, to the extent that that's helping you build good relationships, I mean, friendships and good relationships is one of the things that correlates the most strongly with positive well-being and like feeling good about your life and all that. The media stuff, I mean, I think that's more entertaining. You know, I think you can, you know, people want things that are fun, right?
Yeah, people want to be entertained,
it
for
doesn't
sure.
necessarily like correlate with good well-being or bad well-being. But I guess like the way that I think about this stuff is that it's our modern online environment is it's just an environment in which we live in a way that has pros and cons, like whether you live in a city or a rural place, right? It's like, okay, like some people may prefer living in a city. There's like things that are good about a city. There are things that are bad about a city, okay? Like the fact that we went from being primarily offline as a society to now like this kind of hybrid, kind of physical and digital reality. There's some things that are better about that, some things that are maybe less good. It's not that every single thing improves at each step along the way, but I think overall, it's kind of the overall effect is significant improvement, and I just don't see a way that people would want to like go back to not having services where they can get the content that they're interested in and where stuff is personalized to them and where they can communicate with the people who they want and don't need to like be constrained to just the people who are physically around them. It's just, I mean, like we're just, we're not going back to that. And if you look throughout history, it's like when people like first built cities, there were all these, there's a lot of kind of nostalgia for the simpler life and things like that. It's like, okay, yeah. And yeah, sure. Maybe cities aren't better in every single way, and some people might prefer to kind of only go sometimes or whatever. But I just think it's like we're building more and more capabilities as society, and I think that's sort of. I just think about this stuff more as like an environment in which we live.
So then it's more like like sometimes I think like, because I've been thinking a lot about this. I think a lot of people have. It's like, well, we're moving into such a, like technology is advancing so much faster, right? It's accelerating the advancement speed. And then we're just humans, and we're in this space now where there's like one generation to the next, where one generation was completely grown up online and one hasn't really. So I wonder, and I think the older generation probably sees it as like, man, this is so negative, everybody's stuck. But I wonder if the younger generation, do they even know any different, right? Like just I start to wonder, what is the value of being human? Like what is does that start to dissipate as we become more technologically advanced, or does that alter? Like, do you think about that sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's going to give people the freedom to focus more on the things that they want. I think if you look at the arc of history, go back before, in ancient times, life was like pretty brutal, right? It's like, okay, so then you go to like maybe right before the Industrial Revolution, where
they had team toilet paper at one time. They had like group toilet paper, and it was like,
yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, no, I think anyone who has nostalgia for the past really is not taking into account the disease and the lack of hygiene that existed in the past. So I think that so anyway, but pre-industrial revolution, I think some huge percent of the population was farmers, because basically everyone needed to be focused on growing things in order to have enough food. Then we basically got to the point where, okay, now we can start to produce food much more efficiently. So that actually frees up a lot of people to not have to be farmers. Now maybe like 2% of people can be farmers, and 98% of people can do other stuff. So now people start doing more kind of other creative stuff and inventing new things. And at each step along the way, kind of like being a farmer is a really hard job, right? It's like you're working like a lot of hours, and now as kind of people got more options, they took other jobs. But then we've also seen this mix where the percent of people's time that has gone towards leisure and entertainment has just steadily increased over time. And I just think that that's going to continue to be the case with technology. We'll have more stuff that will make it so that the basic needs are taken care of, which will free people up to do some combination of more creative jobs and not have to work as hard if they don't want to. But I think some people are going to like working all the time, like me, and you'll be able to do that too and get more done than you could have ever possibly done in the past. But that'll be sort of a choice. And
since you're kind of like a leader in innovation and technology in our world, how do you know that what your convictions are? How do you gauge if what your convictions are the best for everybody? Kind of like, how do you kind of figure that out? It seems like such a challenge.
Yeah. Well,
does that make sense of the question or no?
I think I get what you're asking. I mean, look, at the end of the day, there are still a lot of options of things that people can do. Just because I build something doesn't mean that people are going to use it. Actually, a lot of the things that I build, like some of them work, some of them don't. And like, I think part of the reason why the company has been successful is because, maybe we have a slightly higher hit rate of things working than others. But it's kind of like, I don't know, in baseball, it's like most people don't get on base most of the time, right? It's like running one of these companies, you more of the stuff doesn't work than does. And if we do something that doesn't work, then in general, people aren't going to use it. And then the future doesn't go in that direction. So
I see. So you're saying it's up to the user more.
Yeah, I mean, look, I kind of think one way to look at the world is that there's a version of history that says that like individual people are very powerful and have a lot of kind of autonomy and ability to kind of go in the direction that they think is right. And then there's like all these other narratives where people try to kind of diminish people's autonomy and authority. And I'm just like, I've always been a person who really kind of believes that people are smarter than people think.
Yes.
And I think in general, are able to make good decisions for their lives. And when they do things that like the media or whatever thinks don't make sense, it's generally because the media doesn't understand their life, not because the people are stupid. Like if people are saying something that seems wrong, it's not usually misinformation. It's usually that you don't understand what's going on in that person's life. And I just think that there's like a certain kind of paternalism in some of the like mainstream narratives and some of the media narratives, but
like a know-it-allism almost.
yeah, it's like
there has been for sure for years. I think it's starting to change more.
Yeah, I think it's a little more receptive as maybe some of those cultural or media elite people like are having a harder time predicting what's going to happen in the world. Maybe there's a little more humility of like, okay, maybe we don't understand all of this. But to me, the best predicting thing has always been like, all right, if you build something, do people actually think it's good? Because like at some level, you know, it's like, I just believe that people are actually very smart and understand their lives very well. And if you're building something that is useful for them, then they will use it. And if you're building something that is not useful for them, then they have other options. They will do something else. And so I don't know, it's always served me well to generally have faith in people and believe that people are smart and can make good decisions for themselves. And whenever we try to like adopt some sort of like attitude of, oh, we must know better than them, it's like we're the people building technology, that's when you lose, right? And if you have that attitude for long enough, then you just like become a shitty company and you lose and you lose and you lose, and then you're irrelevant. So I tend to just think that at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, I think people are smarter than a lot of people think, and I think ultimately drive the direction that society goes in.
So like people a lot of times, like there's guys who are like kind of, you know, Elon Musk is probably like a socially awkward guy. And I would say that, I mean, I think that's, yeah.
We all are.
Right. We all are, right? I think we all are.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that there's like probably people have you ever felt socially awkward over your years?
No, I'm really smooth.
Okay.
No, obviously. Yes. Yeah, I'm like the most awkward person. People have been calling me a robot online for 20 years. It does wonders for my confidence.
No, your confidence cannot be impaled, I don't think. That's one thing you have that's probably a sheer North Star inside of you. It's got to be...
Well, I guess...
You might have become bulletproof. I think there's times where, yeah, you seem like a guy who probably like watched a video of how to be a guy on YouTube or something, you know, but I think we all go through, like, we're all like awkward in different ways. You know, you put you in certain environments and you're not at all. But I think it's interesting that I haven't
found those environments yet, but maybe, you know, it's
well, dude, even being here today, bro, is nice of you. It's nice of you to be here today.
No, I think the podcasts are awesome because you just like, you get to explore something. And
right, for
like,
sure.
I mean,
but here's my question. Sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go for it.
But I'm not going to get another chance to. So my question is it interesting that they have kind of people who would probably self-describe as socially awkward at times, kind of creating technology that socially connects people? That's the thing. Do you ever find that kind of fascinating? Because I've always had a belief that like sometimes socially awkward people are almost a mix between human and like machine, like the future or something. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting question. I just think that there are a bunch of factors here that you need to peel apart. I think someone can be socially perceptive and understand kind of what is going on in social dynamics and have a lot of empathy and care about other people while still being quite awkward in how they communicate. And And so I don't think you can build a great.
Yeah, I'm trying to build too broad of a bridge.
No, well, I think it's a fair point, right? I mean, it's like, all right, a lot of social media is like people creating great content and kind of communicating really well. And those are not my biggest strengths, right? It's like I don't think I'm the best communicator by a long shot. I mean, I think I kind of got to where I am because I think I kind of understand what people like and I have the ability to build it. But I don't think my strength is like, oh, I can really like communicate about why what I'm building is awesome. I generally like to make it so that my work speaks for itself. And I try to explain it so I can kind of explain how I'm thinking about it. But I don't think people primarily like using our stuff because, you know, they saw me talk about it and they're like, oh yeah, this seems super exciting now. But I think the ability to kind of communicate in a way that is not awkward is a different skill than the ability to kind of understand and have empathy for kind of people and social interactions. And it's, you know, there's an interesting thing where I actually think sometimes a lot of the people who can communicate in the smoothest way sometimes have a lot less empathy and understanding of social dynamics than the kind of nerdy guy who may not be able to express himself quite as well, but sort of understands a little bit better what's going on. And I don't know, the world's complicated and there's like multiple dimensions to all this stuff and no one's good at all of them. So you just, you know, try to do the things that you like hone the things that you're good at and try to put it to service to, you know, do as good of work as you can.
Yeah, I think we're in this unique place where I believe it's like one or two generations think that something isn't social, and then the younger generation thinks that it is social.
Yeah.
And so I feel like in some senses we're at this crossroads kind of like how we communicate as humans a little bit.
Yeah.
And this advancement, and sometimes those steps are kind of tricky to take. This is my last question because I know you have to go. So I feel like Elon Musk has like he wants to get on Mars and he wants to like impregnate different planets or whatever, you know, or whatever he's doing, dude. He's just blasting his seed out into the different rockets, whatever. You know, he's just out there, you know, he's like the Johnny Apple solar system, you know, but
God bless.
No, God bless 100%, dude. And yeah, 100%. And I'm just joking. I think he probably would know that, but, I just think it's interesting. Like you get what his ideas are. He wants to like, we want to be on Mars and we want to send the rockets and we want to make everything solar powered and stuff. And you're such an innovator and a leader. Like what do you feel like is your kind of, it's not a goal, but kind of what is the thing where you see us, you know, like where you're at a point where like, man, this is what I'm really proud of. And this is where I see us going because you know, we're all on this bus together going somewhere and we don't exactly know where we're going because it's the future.
Yeah.
But you're kind of one of the guys driving the bus, you know, or you're at least riding shotgun. So it's like, where are we going?
I mean, I think different people just care about different parts of the future, right? So the space thing, I think it's cool. I'm glad that people are working on it. It's never really been my main thing. For me, it's kind of been about the intersection of how do you build technology that helps people connect with each other and understand the world better, and just taking different formats over time, right? So, you know, when we got started, people, you know, were mostly like, you know, writing text. Then we got smartphones and we got cameras with the smartphones. We started taking a lot of photos and sharing that, and now most of what we do is video, right? The mobile networks are good enough that you can like share great video. It used to be
great.
Yeah, like 10 years ago, you try watching a video, it's like buffering. It's like, okay, this is terrible. But now it's good. People always want to both kind of express their ideas and experience other people's ideas in whatever the richest format is that they can. So if that was going to be text, then that was the best that they had, great. Photos, visual, great. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Video, better than photo for most things. But I don't think that's the end of the line, right? I just think we're going to be here, whether it's 5 years or 10 years. And I think the ability to like fully capture moments, to really be able to experience them. I think that's sort of the hologram thing that we're talking about. I think that that's just going to be like the next level of people being able to express like ideas,
like the next
moments
palette
in their life. Yeah,
or like the next blank canvas.
So I think that's one thing. And then there's the whole AI thing, which we haven't spent as much time on, but we should. Which that is really going to give people a lot of new tools to kind of both just get smarter at everything they do, and if you look at the world like I do through this lens of how do we express ourselves and how do we kind of take in an understanding of what's going on, AI is just going to be super powerful for both of those. It's you can already see some of the basic stuff with like people creating images or editing
it's unbelievable.
images.
I mean, it's crazy how fast it's happening too. That's what I'm amazed at, is just how fast it's happening.
Yeah.
But do you think, like, do you envision this, like, are you just like, what do you envision that will be on these like surfboards? Do you have like kind of like a utopian idea, or I just wonder, how do you see things? Because you're the only, you're probably one of the smartest people to ever use thought.
I don't know.
Well, that we, or you're one of the most unique people to ever use thought that we have in our time. So it's like, what is it like out there?
I mean, I think that we're going to get general intelligence. We're going to have systems that are smarter than any individual. And I think it's mostly going to be very empowering for people. First of all, look, I mean, there are already systems that are smarter than any one individual today, right? If you take a company, right, it's like, okay, you got like 1,000 people or 10,000 people who are all kind of like working towards, ostensibly working towards a goal together. Like if the intelligence of a 10,000 person company is not greater than the intelligence of a single person, then like, what are we doing here, right? So there are already these systems in the world that have this sort of super intelligence that is far exceeds what any one person can do. And I just think, like, instead of having relatively few people be able to kind of harness the power of, like, you have the ability of, you have a 10,000 person organization that can help you build the things that you think are good. I just think in the future, almost everyone is going to have that. And that's cool. What does that mean? It means that more ideas are going to get tried out.
So you might be leveling up in an overall idea of creativity in the universe with AI.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be every field, right? So like science will get more advanced, we'll get more productive, but like I think a big part of the internet is stuff just gets more fun and funnier, and like the memes get weirder and more specific, and like that is advancement too.
It's almost going to be like universal basic technology kind of in a way.
Yeah, it's just the ability to kind of express these like very complicated ideas in like a very simple piece of media. I think we're going to get better and better at that, and that advances our kind of understanding of ourselves as a society. So, I don't know. I think we'll get super intelligence, and I would guess that it will be a continuation of this trend that humanity has been on for 100+ years of basically getting more time to do creative things, less time having to do drudgery, not having to spend as much time working if you don't want. But if you want to dedicate your life towards that, you're going to have more powerful tools than you could ever have possibly imagined.
So it's not as much a conviction as much as it is a space of choice, is how you see that. Like just kind of that sort of thing.
What do you mean?
It's not like you're like convicted to this sort of like future as we advance. Like it's just a space of choice. If you still want to be able to do these things, you can do those. And if you want to be able to do these things, you can do those.
Yeah.
There you are on the bus right there.
There you go. I mean, that's a little weird of a photo, but
I did not think that is good. I did not think that is good.
I don't like that at all.
And we, thank you for telling us that though. It's horrible AI. I think that was open AI, dude. So sorry about that. Do you think you'll live forever, Mark? Is that a thought coming to your head?
That is an interesting question. I think
you have 2 minutes to answer, then you have to leave.
No, I don't know. Live forever. Gosh, I think at some point we will, like a lot of, well, let me come at it this way. Our, outside of Meta, the philanthropy that I do with Priscilla, the Chan Zuckerberg initiative is primarily focused on curing diseases. And the way we're doing that is not by focusing on any single disease. It's by focused on kind of basic technology at the intersection of AI and biology to accelerate the pace of science. And we originally thought that kind of 100 years from when we started was sort of around the time frame to be able to cure and prevent and like deal with all diseases. I know there's a chance that that happens sooner than because of all the work with AI. I guess I'm more optimistic about that now. Whether that means that like we are gonna live forever, or we just have healthier lives for the period that we're supposed to be living, and then at some point like your human body is done. I don't think we understand that yet enough. But a lot of curing diseases is not just about living forever. It's about having better lives. And it's like, while you're alive, like you don't want to have to deal with shit, right? It's like where you're just like, you feel terrible because you're sick or like you're injured or there's, so
do you think it's possible? Like because you have an understanding of like science and being human that is way supersedes a lot of people's. Do you think it's possible that we could figure that out?
Curing all diseases?
To be able to like live, to keep life. Like, do you think it's possible we could figure out how to do it?
I think it's possible. I don't know. It's not an area that I've studied that much. And it's,
didn't know, because we don't know. We don't know what's going on, Mark, and we just want you to tell us.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't know. Let's check back in 10 years on that. I think as the AI
That's
stuff
fair.
makes more progress, I think we'll kind of get a sense of the trajectory for that. But I think it's just going to unlock a lot of creativity and productivity and fun. And like, I think the technology industry misses fun a lot. I think that's like one observation that I've had building stuff out here is people are very focused on like, all right, we're going to make like a better word processor. We're going to like process information better. Cool. But I don't know, a lot of what people care about is just like, all right, I want to like be entertained. I want my life to be fun, right? I want something that's funny that I can then go show to my friends, and then we can talk about that and then just hang out and have a good time, like showing each other funny things and like talking about what the world is. And I think AI is going to make this stuff all great. So I don't know. I mean, I do think this is a big focus for us, and we're building this meta AI. We call it personal AI. I mean, our goal on this is not just to build something that's like, I mean, it's going to be super smart, right? It's like, we're trying to solve full general intelligence and super intelligence and all that. But I think in order to build a product that people are going to want to use, you're going to want to build something that's fun to use. And that means like, you're not just going to want to like type to it. You want to like have a conversation, right? And it's not just about having it be like only able to answer hard questions. It should like get to know you and like what you think is funny and like what you ate, right? So that way, it can like, or, what your hobbies are. So that way it can kind of relate to you. And
I think people don't know that AI can do that. I think we're missing quickly, I think, in educating people what AI is and how to use it. I think I notice even in my own life, and I spend a lot of time online and involved in stuff, but I think people are not understanding what's going on. So I don't know how we get people educated quickly so that they can. I think whoever can also serve people the best way to educate themselves is going to be able to best exert be able to best coagulate people to their AI model or whatever.
I've never heard coagulate used that way.
Or something like that.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But because that's the big thing. A lot of the people are like, we have the best AI, but most people are like, what the hell what are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry. I think I kept you longer than we were supposed to, but sorry we got into a lot of technological stuff. I think it's just kind of like, we don't know what's happening, and sometimes we get to talk to somebody like you, and it's important,
Yeah, no, it's good. This is a fun conversation.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it too, man. Thanks for sharing just some of what your life is like with us, and I hope that make sure we stay alive or whatever if we're supposed to, and just keep
working on it.
Okay, that's all we can ask for now, sir.
All right, awesome.
Mark, thanks, dude.
Man. Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take.
I also want to say a thank you to the people at Grace Dental. That's Grace Dental in Palo Alto, California. They glued, my tooth was broken and they glued it back together before the interview today. So I'm thankful that they helped and I'm grateful that I got to meet them. Thanks.